welcome. It's Chef Jason Morse, your Ace Hardware Grill expert, hanging out in the garden center of my local Ace, and we're getting ready for today's edition of Ace This Recipe. And today's recipe, you know what, works great as a fast and easy appetizer, also delivers as a really good light summer dinner too. If you're into chicken wings all summer long while you're sitting in the back enjoying a little patio time, this will work for you. These today are our double fire chicken wings. Super easy. We're going to start off with some jumbo chicken wings, and we have both joints. So we have the big drummy, and we have the wing joint as well. We're going to use a little bit of our rub-a-dub, a little bit of fire salt to really start that smoldering and get that going. Just a little bit of oil, enough to coat, enough to stick. We're going to finish them off with fire honey as well so that we get that double fire. And today, we're grilling everything on the Weber Genesis Indigo. That's our Ace exclusive grill. That thing is quite the cooking machine. So let's go ahead and get started. Thanks for joining us on today's edition of Ace This Recipe. All right, we've got our 2 bowls of chicken wings. We've got about 2 pounds of chicken wings here. So we're going to go ahead and get these guys into a big mixing bowl. And if you don't have a mixing bowl, you can also use these aluminum disposable pans, work good as well. We're going to go ahead and drizzle just enough oil to coat. We don't want so much oil on here that it becomes a flare-up issue when we get to the grill. Then what we did ahead of time, we took rub-a-dub and fire salt, and we made a nice little mixture of that. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on here and let that become my seasoning. Now, cool thing about this, or a chef's tip, if you will, if you want to let this sit for a little bit longer, you want these guys to soak and really absorb even more flavor, go ahead and put these in a Ziploc bag. Let them sit in your refrigerator overnight. But for the most part, you can get away with just a good, quick, easy 20, 30-minute soak in the bowl, in the fridge, to let these guys get ready to do their thing. So now you can see, look at that. Beautifully coated wing. We don't have a lot of oil. There isn't any oil built up in the bowl. That is exactly what we're looking for. So we're going to let these guys soak for just a few minutes and get everything set and ready. We'll fire up the Weber grill, and then we're going to get to grilling our double fire wings. We're going with the Weber Indigo today for our cooking tool, and it's just a great grill. It does such a nice job of really getting these wings grilled off and super crispy. And then the cool thing is we're going to start it on high. We're going to put all of our wings right in the middle, get a good sear, flip them. And then the beauty of it is as we maybe some of them finish a little bit earlier than the others, we can put them up here on the top rack to get them off of that direct heat, but keep them still in that beautiful ambient temperature that's going to keep them nice and crispy. So we'll go ahead and get this started up here. Turn everything to high, hit the igniter. We are good to go. So now we're going to preheat this and let this guy get up to about 450 to 500 degrees. Then it's wing time. As you can see, we are preheated to 500 degrees. We preheated everything on high, so we're going to go ahead and get these guys on here nice and fast. Because again, we want to go. We want to have a little extra hustle in our grill game today, so that the grill doesn't cool down so far. And I'm just going to line these guys up, and I'm trying to give them a little bit of room in between each wing because I want that air to circulate, that heat to circulate, and get a good sear all around these wings. And then we're going to shut the lid, give these guys a good sear on both sides. We'll show you the flip, and then we're going to start watching these guys, checking their temperatures. But the end result is we're going for a really beautiful, delicious, crispy chicken wing. All right, we've got them all set and loaded. We're going to go ahead and close this now and let this grill climb back up to that 500 degrees so we can really get a beautiful sear on here. We're going to let them go about 4 to 6 minutes aside. Then we're going to give them a flip. We'll see you back here when it's time to give them the flip. 5 minutes in, and we've already started to give these guys a flip. And look at that. You can see some beautiful color coming onto these wings. That fire salt is doing great, getting a good crust, a good sear. We also have that rub-a-dub as well. But the key here is getting equal amounts of sear on both sides. And like we said earlier, hey, let's say these guys maybe start to finish a little bit fast. I can now put them up on the rack in the back and let them finish over a little bit of indirect heat, right? We'll keep that residual ambient temperature rocking and rolling, but we'll finish them a little bit less of a direct cooking method. So we're going to close this, let those guys finish up. We have about another 5 or 6 minutes to that side before we grab our thermometer and start to do a little temperature checking. It's temperature check time. And what we've done is we've already got a few up there that we check. We're going to take our Weber Instant Read digital thermometer, and we're going to go right into the wing, but not onto the bone. And see, we've got a reading of 150. We still have a little bit of a ways to go. We want to get these guys in that 165 degree range. That's how we know they're finished. We also are going to be able to tell with a couple visual cues. When you eat your first bite, the juices will run clear. There won't be any red along the bones. That's how we know these guys are done. So we're going to go ahead and temperature check the rest of these guys. And then as we see them in that 155 to 158 degree range, I'm going to take them off this more direct heat, and I'm going to put them up on the back shelf so they have a chance to finish. Look at this. These last two wings are holding out, right? They've got a little bit more temperature to climb before they are done, but look at that. The beauty of that back rack is now I'm able to use the ambient temperature of the grill to finish these off, and I don't have them directly over the flame. And you can see, got a lot of heat up there, got a lot of sizzle, got a lot of sear. So we're going to go ahead and shut this and give these guys maybe 2 more minutes to finish, and then we are ready to go. We took these guys to 165 degrees, pulled them off, and I'm kind of just displaying them on my cutting board, right? I like kind of a functional display, so to speak, and I'm just stacking them up like that. Now, if you want to add a little extra heat, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and hit them with a little more fire salt on them, right? A little spice, a little extra flavor. And then kind of 2 different things you can do. You can baste them with fire honey, or you can just give them a good drizzle of fire honey over the top like that. And I like to go back and forth so that that honey just kind of melts on there. I better get my test wing that I have for research and development back here. And then a little bit of parsley on top, a little bit of parsley in the front, and that's it. That is super cool and super easy, and it only took us a total of, maybe 5 minutes prep time. It took us about 20, 30 minutes to let those wings kind of soak, and then it took us a total of about 12 minutes for cooking, 12, 13 minutes for cooking. So today's recipe, go down in the under the video, you'll see the name of the recipe. Click on that, that will expand that section, and you can click print and download. We've got this recipe set and ready for you. Then, up in the top left or right, depending on how you're looking at this, you're gonna see the little eye. That eye is gonna let you in on the world of all the things, grill gear and gadgets that we use for today's video. And I'll tell you what, we're gonna put a link up there for another fun video that shows you everything in the world of thermometers, because there's a lot of questions about what thermometers do you carry, what do we like. We're going to show you everything, all thermometer-wise, that we carry here at your local Ace Hardware. So head up to that eye and get that and more. And then while you're down in that comment section, leave us a comment. What can we do? What can we show you? How can we be more helpful to get you the best recipes and videos to make you a legend in the backyard grilling circuit? So once again, I'm Chef Jason Morse, your Ace Hardware grill expert. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of Ace This Recipe. Look forward to cooking with you again. Have a great time.